Welcome to the volunteer orientation. Thank you for your interest in Special Olympics and in joining the thousands of volunteers who dedicate their time and efforts to enriching the lives of Special Olympics athletes. This module will guide you through a general overview of Special Olympics, our history, mission, programs, and the importance of our volunteers.
For me as a kid growing up who was picked on and bullied and told they'd never, ever be successful in their life, I was given a chance, and everybody deserves a chance. And I think that's something that we all have to understand, because it's what we all deserve as human beings.
I mean, I played with pros and all that and other celebrities, but this is probably more fun. I mean, there's more excitement, natural joy.
You don't have to come out to participate or even volunteer. Just come out. I think when you come out, you're going to be hooked for the rest of your life. I got involved 32 years ago, and I'm still coming.
These athletes are so inspirational, so amazing. I'm just honored to be a part of it. I actually dug up a picture of me when I volunteered for them when I was 16 back in Boston.
If you've ever felt good about something, this is what that is. And I know how hard it is to compete at a high level. How can you not cheer and want to be supportive of that?
You should get involved, because the kids that have special needs, that are doing the Special Olympics, would love it, totally love it, and they would give you hugs, and they will tell you thank you for volunteering, thank you for coming out, and they appreciate it.
It's different than just writing a check and just saying you're a part of it, but when you come and you are hands-on, that's when I get the most benefit. It's what they look for the most, you know? When they hear, oh, Apollo Ono was here, he's got 8 Olympic medals, their eyes just explode out of their head, and they say, that's amazing, like this is incredible.
Until you get here, until you're actually experiencing this, you cannot imagine how incredibly gratifying and rewarding it is to be here.
It's chicken soup for your soul. When you see these athletes compete, and you see the heart, the determination they put into their competitions, and you see them achieve, you see the sponsors and the volunteers and how all the community comes together for acceptance and inclusion. When you look at it, that's the way the world should be.
Take a little time and be a good person, be a good human being, and spread a little of that love to the Special Olympics. It's easy and it's fun.
Get involved.
Get involved.
It's an amazing experience, and you have to touch it, feel it, see it for yourself.
All right, on 3, put them in here. Put them in here. On 3, acceptance. 1, 2, 3, acceptance.
Today, the Special Olympics movement includes millions of athletes in 175 countries around the world. Prior to the 1960s, individuals with intellectual disabilities had essentially no access to sports training, athletic competition, or any related programs. In the early 1960s, testing of children with intellectual disabilities revealed that they were only half as physically fit as their non-disabled peers. It was assumed that their low levels of fitness were a direct result of their disability. A Toronto researcher, Dr. Frank Hayden, questioned this assumption. After conducting extensive research, Dr. Hayden concluded that given the opportunity, people with an intellectual disability could become physically fit and acquire the physical skills necessary to participate in sport. Dr. Hayden's work came to the attention of Eunice Kennedy Shriver and the Kennedy Foundation and led to the creation of Special Olympics in 1968. The first sports competition organized under the Special Olympics was held in 1968 at Soldiers Field in Chicago. Canada was represented at these games with a team led by Harry Red Foster.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Special Olympics Canada is dedicated to enriching the lives of Canadians with an intellectual disability through sport. By participating in a variety of Olympic-type sports, children and adults are given opportunities to develop physical fitness and healthy lifestyles, develop social skills through participation in sport, participate as an active member of a community, demonstrate courage, and experience joy. Our vision is that sport will open hearts and minds towards people with intellectual disabilities and to create inclusive communities across Canada. An intellectual disability is characterized by significant limitations in both intellectual functioning and adaptive behavior. Adaptive behavior refers to behaviors that are necessary to live independently and to function safely and appropriately in daily life. Adaptive behavior is comprised of 3 skill types: social skills, practical skills, and conceptual skills. An intellectual disability originates before the age of 18. For more information about eligibility, please refer to the supplementary information provided in the course outline. Practical skills can be defined as the knowledge and competencies required to perform a specific task. Examples include personal care, occupational skills, and schedules and/or routines. Social skills are those which are required for communication and interaction with others. These include interpersonal skills, social problem solving, and self-esteem. And conceptual skills are defined as those which relate to abstract problem solving and complex thinking. Examples include money and time concepts, language skills, and literacy. In order to be eligible to participate in Special Olympics, the athlete's primary disability must be intellectual, though they may have associated disabilities as well. In addition, the athlete must agree to observe and abide by the Special Olympics Canada policies and sport rules. Let's meet Narissa, a Special Olympics athlete.
Narissa Purin is really a track star. She's been involved in several sports, as many of the athletes have been with these games, but she has really decided to focus specifically on track and field. Her hard work and dedication has already begun to pay off. Let's take a look at her and some of the hard work she's been doing for this year's games.
Our family has been involved in Special Olympics for more than 20 years. Both of our girls have been involved. They started with track and field many years ago and also did swimming, and now Narissa competes both in track and swimming.
Go! Push, 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 push! Narissa really excels in running. She's very disciplined in the running. She gives it her all from the start line to the finish. She comes to training and she's very focused and she works hard. She's a great runner.
Narissa is diagnosed with a developmental disability from birth. She has always had to work that extra hard to accomplish small goals and has really challenged herself throughout it all to accomplish to the best of her abilities.
It's set, go!
Narissa's benefits that she does get from Special Olympics, it's that it really promotes a very healthy lifestyle. She trains hard, it's developing her physical excellence. I mean, when she started, she was running maybe 40 meters, 50 meters. Now she's running up to 400 meters. She's very conscious of what she should also eat, not eat her diet, and just promote the general healthy lifestyle. Socially, it has been enormous. She has built enormous friendships, lifelong friendships throughout the years, and she's a solid team person, very good team person, a very strong team member with her peers.
Good job, Narissa, all the way to the line. She's a pleasure. She's always happy, and she always, anytime I come in, she gives me a hug, and she just, yeah, she's a joy. Good job.
Athletes participating in Special Olympics sports training and competition programs enjoy many benefits, including the following. Physical benefits, including increased physical fitness, improved physiological skills, greater coordination and flexibility, cardiovascular fitness, and endurance. Social benefits such as improved self-esteem, self-confidence, and pride, knowledge of rules, strategy, and working in a team environment, all which transpire beyond Special Olympics into school, work, home, and social life. Athletes also exhibit increased socialization, family pride, and self-satisfaction. A richer life filled with opportunities to interact with peers and people without intellectual disabilities, travel and discover new places and interests, greater community awareness, and acceptance of people with an intellectual disability. Special Olympics is a movement that provides year-round sport training and competition opportunities to individuals with an intellectual disability. Special Olympics Canada offers 18 sports divided into summer and winter sports. National games are held every 2 years and alternate between summer and winter games. Please consult your chapter to learn which sports are available in your province or territory. Summer sports include 10-pin bowling, athletics, basketball, bocce, golf, rhythmic gymnastics, powerlifting, soccer, softball, and swimming. Winter sports include alpine skiing, curling, figure skating, 5-pin bowling, floor hockey, Nordic skiing, snowshoeing, and speed skating. There are many levels of Special Olympics programming, starting from the active start programs to entry competitive programs to international competition and everything in between. Local programs and competitions occur regularly, and athletes can advance through a regular sports cycle, competing at provincial or territorial games and moving on to national and world games. Words are powerful, and it is important to use the people-first approach when referring to or addressing an individual with an intellectual disability. It is also important to offer the same social courtesy and respect that you would to anyone. Look them in the eye, speak with an appropriate speed, tone, and volume, and speak to the individual, as opposed to a caregiver or guardian, and most importantly, listen. Special Olympics competitions are structured in a way that allows athletes to compete with other athletes of similar ability in equitable divisions. This process is called divisioning. Ability of an athlete or team is determined by an entry score from a prior competition, the result of a seeding round, or the result of a preliminary event at the competition itself. Athletes of all ability levels are encouraged to participate, and every athlete is recognized for his or her performance. For an in-depth look at the divisioning process, please see our Professional Development Divisioning 101 e-course. LTAD is the framework for developing physical literacy, physical fitness, and competitive ability using a stage-by-stage approach. Many Special Olympics programs are structured around this model and the 7 stages of development. LTAD begins with active start and progresses through stages of development of athletes who are active for life. The amount of time participants stay in each of the long-term development stages is dependent on when they begin and what their needs and interests are. For more information on the LTAD stages, please refer to our LTAD Professional Development e-course. This topic will also be covered in the NCCP SOC coaching course that all volunteers are required to take during their first year volunteering with Special Olympics. Special Olympics would not exist today and could not have been created without the time, energy, commitment, and enthusiasm of our volunteers. We rely on volunteers at all levels of the movement to ensure that every athlete is offered a quality sports training and competition experience. Special Olympics Canada welcomes volunteers from a wide range of backgrounds and experiences, and is supported by more than 21,000 volunteers, including over 50% who are trained coaches. There are many ways to volunteer, including coaching, managing a sports club, acting as a board or committee member, helping with local fundraising, organizing special events, volunteering at a special event, and working at a Healthy Athletes event. Next, your local chapter will conduct your reference checks and be in touch to learn more about you, your availability, and to place you in an appropriate volunteer position. Special Olympics is committed to providing all of our volunteers with quality training because trained coaches run quality programs and our athletes deserve to participate in quality programs. There are a number of training opportunities that we provide for our volunteers, including position training, Training will be provided to all new Special Olympics Canada volunteers through their local community. The National Coaching Certification Program. Special Olympics Canada has partnered with the CAC to provide a nationally recognized coaching course designed for the Special Olympics coaches. All volunteers are required to complete the SOC NCCP Community or Competition Coach course within their first year of volunteering. Sport-specific and general coaching courses are also available through the Coaches Association of Canada. And professional development. These opportunities exist on our SO Learn site and cover a vast range of topics. Since the beginning of Special Olympics in the 1960s, the organization has grown to include millions of athletes around the world. We hope to continue this growth trend and broaden our reach to include even more athletes, programs, and services. Take a look at where we're headed and how by volunteer, you can help us reach our goal.
Changing the world is a contact sport. And when it comes to changing the world, there are no better athletes than the athletes of Special Olympics. Every day around the world, Special Olympics athletes come to the playing fields to learn, to grow, to compete, and to win. The Special Olympics Athlete Oath embodies this spirit. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. At Special Olympics, we envision a world where everyone belongs, where bravery triumphs, ability emerges, skills grow, laughter invites. The human spirit is unleashed and the world is changed. One volunteer, one fan, one doctor, one teacher, one athlete at a time. Founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver in 1968, Special Olympics is led by millions of athletes with intellectual disabilities in more than 170 countries, each embodying the beauty of difference. And Special Olympics athletes compete in over 80,000 competitions a year, and World, Winter, or Summer Games every 2 years. Special Olympics is an everyday opportunity to make a difference in the world, bringing together people of all abilities to create a world of respect and inclusion. We're a global network of families who share inspiration, hope, and understanding. We're coaches, volunteers, and community builders, reaching out to children and adults who might otherwise be forgotten in some of the most remote parts of the world. And though sports is our engine, Special Olympics is so much more. We're changing the world in many different ways and in many different arenas. We're Special Olympics Healthy Athletes, the world's largest public health organization for people with intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Healthy Communities, changing how governments, businesses, and policymakers address the unmet health needs of adults and children with intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Unified Sports, helping to build relationships and understanding between people with and without intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Young Athletes, unlocking the power of sports for the youngest children, ages 2 to 7, and their families. We're athlete leaders, trained and empowered, demanding respect and leading by example all around the world. Through the power and joy of sports, Special Olympics is revealing the champions in all of us. Come play with us. Together, we will change the world through sport.
Thank you for listening. This module is now complete.